Such an interesting mix, this film. It has that sort of timeless Hollywood classic feel to it, but also deals with such contemporary issues. Is that sort of what you got from your initial read of the script?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. I was excited when I first read the script because I had just spent the holidays with my in-laws and we couldn't find a film that we all wanted to see together. And when I read the script, I just thought, oh God, if this was in the movie theater right now, we wouldn't have had any problems. And I think that sort of speaks to your question about there's some classic storytelling, it's set in the modern world, so no one felt alienated by it, you know?
So refreshing as well to see a platonic relationship between a man and a woman on screen. Even with you guys, both Oscar winners, pretty good actors. But you can't buy that chemistry, can you?
I don't know if you can buy it. We both got paid for doing the film, so...
That's true.
But it's not something we worked at or thought about or ever talked about. Yeah. So much of it was in the writing, and we just got along. That's simple as that.
Did you know from the off, Bob, that it was just going to work?
Yeah, I mean, I always wanted Anne to do it, and so that was never a thing for me. But you hear stories about people who these famous sort of stories in old Hollywood. These people hated each other, and yet the relationship, and they had a couple of movies going, not necessarily a sequence film, but different movies, different stories. Supposedly, so that's kind of interesting.
So we tried that approach.
Exactly.
So much, and it worked.
You can't watch this film without thinking a little bit of The Devil Wears Prada. But does it show how much Hollywood has moved on? The fact that in that movie, Meryl Streep was this icy boss, and here you're a normal female boss with normal issues. You're not icy, you're not aggressive, and you've got a man as your intern.
I don't know. I don't think I'm qualified to make any grand statements about the current state of the way things are. But I think with Jules Austen, it means that we're seeing a different type of female boss, and I think we're used to seeing one kind, and maybe it means that people's views are expanding, so that's good.
You are qualified in some respect, though, aren't you? And the fact that we read so much about female roles drying up when you get older, and Hollywood is not equal like that. Are we approaching some sort of parity, do you think?
Define approaching.
Well, the fact is this movie a step forward?
It's absolutely a step forward, and I think and I see steps being taken every day. I've started producing, and whenever we're trying to find a director for it, someone always asks, and not always me, where are the women on this list? Who are we going to do? Who are we going to do this with? Sometimes you go a little deeper. You look at someone who maybe they don't have a feature film yet; they only have a short film. So I think people are aware. I think people, not just women but men, I think the whole industry is a bit embarrassed by the state of things when you look at the numbers, and I think everybody, or at least enough people, are trying to make it better. That the needle's moving. It's going to take time, of course, but I think there's a lot of positive indicators. Because
you've said you're producing because perhaps it means you can get to pick meatier roles.
Oh, definitely. I think my slate would be a lot more empty if I wasn't producing.
And Bob, as your career sort of goes on, you're getting more eclectic in your taste. Is that sort of the beauty of being a bit older and having the CV that you've got, that you can say, do you know what, I fancy this, I don't fancy that?
Yeah, I mean, I'll take anything that comes my way.
I don't believe that.
If I think there's something in it, yes. I mean, of course, I'm older. There are different things that I'm offered I'm within that zone of being believed or believable as that character. So, yeah.
And you smiled more than I've ever seen you smile on the screen for a long time. You look like you're having fun making this.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay. On that note, De Niro smile, we're definitely finished.